Oh, in the panel presentation. Okay. Right, we're going live now. Right, there we go. Right. Let's hold that up. Didn't miss anything in chat, did I? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Before this stream ends, I will get the best quality meme that you can master. What if I end the stream right now? Did you account for that? Right. Very, very quickly. Today I made this, and then I made this, and oops, I made this, and I made this, I made this, I made this, and I made this. There you go. 7 new hug pictures. But that's not what we're here for today. We're here for panel planning, so let's do that. It's just me and Gothic in the call right now, so Daisy and Vol join whenever you feel like it. And, right, is there anything new that anyone's written? I haven't written anything new since last time. Is there anything that I need to see? What was the session site called again? I check you. I messaged it to you in the SciTube chat. You should see it. Do you not see it? Do you need me to send it again? No, I'm talking to Hazy. Hazy's asking what's the session site called again. That implies that somehow he hasn't got the link. Alright, one sec. Right, I sent it to you again. Do you see it now? It was basically at the time that I started playing Equestria. But it shouldn't matter, because when I message you on the SciTube, it should just pop up. Is it still not working? Because Gothic and Vol have managed to get here just fine, so I don't see why you'd be struggling. No, I'm messaging you on SciTube. So it should pop up as a little thing at the bottom of your screen. Alright. So you found it now. Right. So there's a whole load of notes here from Vol. Very detailed, very nice. Is this Gothic here? Yeah. So have you written anything new that you want me to take a look at? Have they always been there? They've been there for as long as I've been messaging you. So you'll... What? Oh. Hang on, sorry, I just noticed I had the. I just noticed I had the. I had my audio muted, so none of the words that you've been saying have been broadcast yet. That's okay. We haven't said anything important, but it's okay. Right, that's fixed now. Right, everyone should be here now. Say hello to verify that you are here and that you can all hear me.
Yo.
Yo. I know Gothic can hear me. What about you, Hazy? Are you working? Maybe not.
Okay, maybe the mono
It's working.
Oh, I heard a little something there. I heard a little bit of Aussie.
Okay.
Oh, you were there briefly again.
Let's try and unmute that.
Yep, there you are.
Okay, am I coming through clearer
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, whatever you've done, keep it like that.
Yeah, for some reason I had to unmute my mic and then like re-unmute it or whatever. It's really difficult to determine your mic levels on here because the slider isn't very intuitive as to how loud your mic volume is. It only tells you that you're speaking, which isn't that useful, but
Okay. Well, I can hear you well enough now, so I think we're okay.
okay, cool. For some reason, the stereo side of the Samsung doesn't want to work, so I'm just switching to mono.
All right. Okay, so I'll ask the same question again. Is there anything that anyone's done in between now and last time that you need me to look at, or anything you want to show to everyone in the audience?
I've started writing sort of the script, and I've firstly from you, Clipper. I would like to see some British Pinkie Pie clips, I guess.
Some British Pinkie Pie clips. Okay, did you have any lines in particular that you wanted me to say?
Yeah. I didn't really have any, just an example of like imposing the accent from the reference audio onto the character.
Right. Okay, I'll see if I can make some funny
up to you.
British clips for you.
Yep.
I can do that.
So that section you're doing right now is pretty much what I've done thus far. I've in the process of sorting.
Okay.
Because I need to have them all kind of gathered in one place before I can actually reference them, because otherwise I'll end up missing stuff and not be able to display things for stuff over the years.
Okay.
It's gonna be a real pain in the ass, but it's long overdue.
Alrighty. Is there anything that can be done to help you with that, or are you mostly on your own though?
It's mostly on my own, just going through all my crap over the years. Just finally it's like, you know, cleaning your room after not cleaning your room for like months at a time, and it's like, fuck, where do I start? Well, I mean, I know where to start. I'll just start with present downloads folder and then move to the next download folder from the various operating systems.
Whoa. Okay, well, I've just come to your section. You've written a lot. Nice. Alright, I'll have a look through that, and then I'll make some British Pinkie lines. And then maybe I'll go and do some
I need to
slide
increase
making.
my display quality so I can actually read what you're reading.
I mean, you can just read it on the Google Doc as well.
Down at the bottom.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I could just view it in the page so I can actually zoom in without the whole YouTube desampling, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Compression, I think, is the word, but
yeah, that's it. Planning tutorials. For which section?
Tutorial
Um,
code,
This is
yes,
this
but
Some of it has to
section.
see.
who means by what?
There's a comment on Vol yesterday about tutorials go here. The only thing I'm confused about is that it to do tutorials for this section. What is this section in regards to?
Sovets, is it?
Selvit's SVC.
Okay, yeah, I could probably do
So-
like general usage tutorial or perhaps one for training because I've done that. Although Vol I think would have a lot more experience in training considering, so perhaps they'd be best for something like that.
So one thing I'll
Yeah,
caution
I mean,
against is doing
I
like a
would
full
go
in-depth
like-
tutorial sort of thing, because I don't think that's really what the panel is supposed to be for.
Yeah.
It's fine to give a general overview of the process and a few hints and tips, but a full walkthrough I think is out of scope. That's my opinion.
Unless we can do maybe like kind of a
Yeah, and
So-
like,
runner
Yeah,
kind
so-
of
Yeah, the
deal.
high level details. So what you need to do to get started, and then if you need more detail, come ask in the
Like,
thread. We'll help you out.
This is how to train a model. Grab these files, slap it into this folder, throw it at the collab, do the run, make sure it's at the right place. Bam, you've got Pony.
More or less. So think of it, I think, in the sort of way that you would do your tips and tricks for making better images with Stable Diffusion. Like, you're not going to give a full in-depth tutorial of exactly how Stable Diffusion works and all of that. You're going to show some examples of how different prompts affect the image, or how the use of image to image can get you closer to what you want. That sort of thing.
If there are to be like full tutorials, which is another thing that I have to that's been long overdue on my to-do list back burner, we could still potentially link or like at least reference it for the panel, so that way, you know, afterwards
Yeah.
or whatnot, you can be like, hey, do you not know
Actually-
how to do this? Well, now you can view these tutorials right now.
Didn't Gothic
Or
make
whenever
a
you're-
couple tutorials regarding Sovets? Am I remembering that
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I've done the collab once, and I've done the
And
offline
that's for training, right?
ones.
That's for training and
Yes,
offline
it does
synthesis.
its training and offline training.
Okay. So I would be right in saying then that we already have a full in-depth tutorial that we can link people to if they have questions, right?
Right, those are for training, not so much for general usage.
Okay. So general usage, that's going to be, well, what's the advice for using Sovets better in a general sense? Sound closer to the ponies, try to suppress your British accent if you can. I can't.
Well, there's varieties of different things you can do. Like there's clean the audio or resampling it, synthesizing it using something like Synth V, or like you said, voicing.
It would be nice to have an
the
explanation
sound
of what the
again.
sliders do in there. There's a whole bunch of variables in there that don't really explain
some of those
themselves.
I'm not quite certain about. I do know, however, that sometimes the noise something overcompensates in denoising and can change the pitch sometimes if it's too high. I've noticed that happens particularly with coarse voices, but that's another thing that I plan to add to my in my section. I mentioned to compile a list of tips or something. Where did I say it? Did I not jot that down? Compile numerous tips and tricks discovered over the years with various texts. Also seek out existing lists I know because I've saved somewhere to provide. I'll likely find those said lists while I'm sorting the aforementioned current task of sorting all my crap. But that's something that can be referenced during that section, is those tips regards to Sovets. Like another one that I've discovered is that if you pass it through the Sovets twice, it'll sound more like the character, but at the risk of increasing the amount of AI weirdness. Like
running
if,
the Soviets output through Soviets again, that's not something that I thought of. That sounds like it could work, actually. I'm very curious now to see how that works.
And another weird niche
There's
about that is that if you are trying to pitch it up, for example, doing a male voice, if you do a pass with 0 and then do a pass of 12, sometimes it sounds better, or conversely, sometimes if you do the 12 first and then a 0 pass, it'll sound better. So, yeah. So there's a couple weird niches to that. Weird, what's the word? Qualities of such a method.
Okay.
But yeah, that's two of the main ones that I've noticed so far with it. With all my finicking about and trying different things, I find it pretty easy to find weird tricks with different texts.
Okay. No, that sounds very interesting, actually. I mean, the whole idea. It's so obvious now that you say it, but if you don't sound that much like the pony, running the output twice back into itself, that seems like such an obvious solution. I'm amazed I hadn't already thought of that.
That reminds me. There's, speaking of the errors that happens when it's passed through twice, there's a weird thing that I've noticed. I don't know if it has to do with my end, like if my audio driver is being weird and finicky. But whenever I receive audio back from Soviets, the waves aren't symmetrical. They're offset a little bit.
And what's the consequence of that?
I don't really think it has that much, like you can just barely hear a bit of the weirdness to it, but when you look at it in the waveform, it's like really fucking weird. I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot a little while ago. I'll just send it in thing if I can happen to find it. Why the fuck is this sorted in... Oh, wait, no, it's not in alphabetical order. Okay, so it should be...
While you do that, what are some funny British things that I could say, or that Pinky could say?
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip, okay. I was thinking something more of at least a sentence or two that is British, but also like, sounds like something appropriate to Pinky. How much overlap is there between those sorts of topics? British things that make sense for Pinky to say. I don't know, we can go to the pub for a bevy, that sort of thing. Have a bevy party in the pub.
I don't know, it really depends. Doesn't it really depend on the context? Like, is Pinky at like a high English tea party, or is she just going down to the pub? Or
we can do both. I mean, we can do the stereotypical high class British accent, and then we can do chav speak.
I mean, I feel like the high class is sort of what we're going for, isn't it?
Well, British are naturally classy, so I must say yes.
Though I feel that's more Rarity's domain.
Yeah, it is, but where am I going with this?
So if the high class is Rarity's domain, then what would Pinky's be in that relation?
Yeah, wasn't. That's the question that I'm struggling to answer. I mean, this is the best tea party ever. Do British even do tea parties? I certainly don't.
Well, she'd put the party in Tea Party then, wouldn't she?
There's not much
What
partying that
if
happens there, though.
right, but wouldn't that make it fun how Pinkie Pie tries to bring party to a tea party?
Let's get this tea party
That could-
started.
Kind of clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could
I
be
mean,
the situation.
I
That
know
sounds
that
fun.
this is probably a joke that you posted in chat, but this genuinely looks like something I would love to eat. Like, that looks lovely.
I can't
Fish
find
fingers, chips, and
asymmetric
baked beans.
waves. I mustn't have saved it. I'll have to find an example and then share it.
I mean, it could just have absolutely nothing to do with Pinky. It could just be some British chav slang, and then just the fact that Pinky is saying it is the joke itself. Alright, what happens if I just Google, like, stereotypical British sentences or something? Because apparently I don't know enough about my own language to just know this stuff. I've got some British quotes. Okay. So does anyone know where the quote, "Get up, George, you're embarrassing me," comes from? As a British quote.
It sounds
Sounds like from like some
familiar.
TV show.
It's not a TV show, no. So it's a quote from Margaret Thatcher, which she said to her bodyguard immediately after being shot at by the SAS.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
Like,
So the
somebody
story
sitting in
of
the chair.
yes, so the story is she was visiting the SAS, and in order to demonstrate their capabilities, they did a mock hostage rescue. But the SAS being the SAS, they always train with live ammunition. And her bodyguard apparently was really freaked out by that and was cowering on the floor, and Margaret Thatcher said, "Get up, George, you're embarrassing me." Alright, let's do one more. I can't wear beige because nobody would know who I am.
Say that quote again?
I
That
can't.
sounds familiar.
I can't wear beige because no one will know who I am.
I feel like that's almost a jab at like
That's the
Steve
Queen of
Irwin or
England.
something.
Yes, it's
I'm
the
pretty
Queen.
sure.
It's the Queen, yes. So the Queen, as far as I know, never wore
That's
beige.
correct.
Alright. I want to find more than just a single sentence, though. Like 2 or 3 sentences that are just very British.
The idea was
Pinky can say.
like that's why Alex was
Alright. So it is definitely apparent with here. Okay. I found the asymmetrical waves, or at least an example of.
What's this?
So
I have no idea what that is because I can't bloody read it. The resolution is awful.
gah. So many crap.
I mean,
Okay, so here, hold on. How do I get rid of that? There we are. Cool. So I just posted the waves.
okay.
So for when you view it, so for context, the bottom one is the raw audio, the recording that I plugged into Sovits, and the top one is the output.
Okay.
If you notice, half of the waves, especially with 5 seconds in, the top part is a lot more prominent than the bottom half. That's
Yeah.
asymmetrical.
Okay.
So that's not, for some reason,
Yeah.
it lopsides it.
And that's not a good thing.
Well, no, because that's not how they're
It's not how
meant to be.
speech works, no. Okay.
So there was a way to fix it that I found before that's like a workaround for now, but something weird is going on with the AI that like desymmetricizes the audio. I don't exactly know how or why, but it does some weird shit.
I've just had an idea. So if you want to demonstrate accents, why not try using some TF2 characters, giving their lines to Sovits and seeing what the ponies do?
That could be good.
I mean, I can still
No,
give
yeah,
you some
that's-
British Pinkie Pies, but if you want a wider range... You are dead. Not big surprise. Which character is Pinkie Pie in TF2? Probably Pyro. And he doesn't speak.
Yeah, Pyro.
So, yeah. So, some engineer lines from Applejack, some scout lines for Rainbow, and then some British lines for Pinkie. I'll still try and think of some British lines to say something good. I don't like this teak thing.
Well, let's see. Rarity would be Spy. Scout would be Rainbow Dash. And of course, we'd have Engineer as Applejack.
Medic is Fluttershy.
So, yeah, so I suppose by process of elimination, we can work out who else it could be. Pinkie could be, fuck, who's the Scottish one? I'm forgetting.
Demo Man.
Shit.
Demo.
Yeah. Pinkie could be Demo.
So, I mean, these three are pretty well established, but with the others, there's always a bit of leeway. Anyway, why is it so hard for me to think of some British phrases for Pinkie? Why am I struggling with this so much?
Is it because you're being put on the spot, maybe?
Maybe, but I don't know, maybe being British is kind of a disadvantage because I don't know what is actually strange or stereotypical. Because I am the stereotype. And also it's Pinkie. Though again, the joke can be that Pinkie is saying something completely out of character for her. So you can take it both ways.
If you look at the sentence above, like that's I'm kind of making a reference to your free hugs thing. So.
Oh, okay. So if you happen to be British and trying to make something like a fan episode where the main character is Pinkie Pie using your own natural accent or recording reference audio, you might end up with a result like this. Okay. In that case, then, maybe a line from Free Hugs is actually the best thing. And that is a lot more objective. There's less options there. Alright, let me go pick something from Free Hugs then.
Yeah.
So this might be a bit long, but it won't work. Twilight Hugs can't be stopped with red tape. All it will do is force free-thinking hug-loving ponies underground. That little sequence. I mean, do you mind if it's a long sentence?
And British should an example of songs that have accents plugged in be used as an example as well, or
Any stereotypical British songs?
I've actually got one that I plan to do that's about how shit London Underground is. And I've been meaning to convert it, and now that the topic has come to Pinkie Pie, now I know exactly who's going to sing it.
Okay.
Let me actually see if I can find the song real quick. Okay, I found it. This is the song that I plan to convert. I just linked it. Oh, I just realized I'm a bit behind on the stream.
Just gonna mute myself while I do some recording, just so I don't annoy you.
It was that one guy in the thread who managed to like run some of his SVC on CPU, right? They have no idea what the actual system requirements are.
Yeah, it's shame people like don't actually share like what they've done and how they did it. It would make like stuff so much easier to run. Oh, Wool. Cookie is saying that you can make a module CPU compatible.
It was the guy who was working on like the Docker thing, right? He said that he just like straight up ran it on the CPU, and it just, even without a tensor or sorry, a PyTorch that supported like GPU or CUDA, so maybe it just works as it is, only on the CPU.
Quick question about PyTorch. Isn't that the one of the only ones that allows it to run on AMD GPUs as well as NVIDIA? Or on ISMA?
I don't know anything
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. Is that a conversation about my with my housemate before? He's very pro AMD, and he mentioned something about PyTorch and.
I mean, there were people in the thread that
That's
said
nice.
like they were able to make it run it on AMD cards, but like I haven't seen like any like technical explanation of how they did it. I mean, like they did post like some links and stuff, but I just like I don't really have any means of like testing because I don't have AMD card. Apparently PyTorch have added like AMD GPU support.
Yeah, I read that. Okay.
That would be nice because AMD cards are like so much cheaper than NVIDIA's.
Mm. Shit, what was I doing? Right, I remember.
Yeah, I don't know how else you would determine like minimal system requirements. Gothic, you run it locally, right?
Yes. What I run on is like my GPU is
like
8 gigabytes. I use the GTX 180, so that's able to like run it like more or less fine. But I can only run it like one batch. Like, I mean, technically I
right.
could squeeze two, but like sometimes like I'll have like some other program randomly use like bit of GPU, and like it's just like a tiny bit, and like a spoonful is like it's gonna like crash it. So I can only do like one batch.
I see.
But you know, like obviously, like this GPU is quite old. So like maybe if I have like a newer one, then it wouldn't be as much of a problem. Maybe, I don't know. But still,
So
yeah,
you
like
can run with 8 gigs VRAM, but like if you run anything else, then it's just doesn't. It's gonna out of memory.
Yeah, like I can
Um,
run like on one batch with like some other stuff in the background. Like I think I could run it on 2 batch if I like literally like shut down everything, like just have like nothing open, just only bare minimum of what I need. But like then like I wouldn't be able to get like any other work done, and like I don't feel like I have stuff to do, so like I can just my computer run for like 12 hours non-stop. So I just better run like normally on like the 24 hours per module usually.
you're talking about training it, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about training.
So you're training on 8 gigs of VRAM. Okay. What about like inference?
What's inference?
Just like converting voices.
Oh, synthesis, you mean? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's fine offline as well.
Are you like at the limit of your VRAM when you're running it with your typical inputs, or can you like run other stuff alongside the inference or the synthesis?
Like depends on what I have, but like usually like if I have just my browsers and like some other stuff, then it's fine. But like if for example like I wanted to video editing and like have like video editor, like I cannot run it and the audio and the soffits as well because like they both use too much GPUs at the same time.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my GPU is like the best example to use because it's quite old. So like obviously it doesn't have all of the all of the whatever like new techniques that were put into the new GPUs.
So is this in regards to just Soviets in inference?
Yeah, I just I want to like, I mean, it's good in this case because like I want to know what the minimum requirements would be.
Well, my
Like,
I've got
I don't know if
a
anybody's actually
16.
run it on like 4 gigs.
Yeah, I've run it on 4 gigs. I've got a 1650, and that only is 4 gigs, and it runs fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically
So
more or less like stable diffusion.
yeah.
It's a little bit less than stable diffusion.
Which reminds me, I still need to get that running on my system now as well. Would be nice to finally locally synthesize mares. Speaking of the local synthesis, there hasn't been any further word on the whole background model. Like, there's been no development on that end, yeah.
A background model for what? The stable diffusion.
Stable
Yeah,
diffusion.
someone developed a model for background scenes and such, like generating a scene of an interior of a building or a location in Equestria.
I remember like Simpod was trying to me and Simpod like we were trying to like he runs like someone was doing like some exterior shots.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
what I
very
mean.
first.
So there was
Yeah,
a
he ran
little
like
bit at some point. I remember someone at least did a few pictures, but I mean, more as a proof of concept. But as far as I know, there isn't one that's specifically for backgrounds. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah, there was a model for it. I had it downloaded and
okay.
ran it.
I was helping like with the transcription for it. Like someone have like sent like 100 something pictures and like a Simpod like have chip in with like he ran the pictures on the, I forgot the name of the art clip thing that's analyze what's in the picture. Like, I was meant to like clean that up to make it a new data set. So because the old one is just like it's literally just like every picture is just like some 5 generic words that like barely describe anything. That's why it was making like such a terrible generation. It's just like trouble was like I was just like sitting on it because I have like so much other crap going on. I mean, like, but at this point, like, it probably would be faster to like finish that and like create like a LoRa out of it to be used with the pony soup.
Pony soup.
That would probably be much faster than like training like a whole complete new model just for backgrounds. One second.
What's this pony soup?
Somebody's hosting Pony Soup on it's like some custom merge of like a bunch of Astrolites models and some other models, right, for Stable Diffusion.
Yes, it's
Okay, so-
merge of two like stable diffusion models too. Like it's actually pretty good. It's better than like the just raw pony model.
So they stew the mares.
I haven't used it yet. Yeah,
Hello?
from what I've seen, it looks better than what I can get out of V4. So
Okay. An interesting name though, pony soup.
Yeah, people just name them like wherever they feel like to name them.
Is it soup as in like SOUP, like the food, or is it
Yeah,
soup as in
like
like?
food.
yeah,
Okay.
SOUP.
Yeah, it's in the both main document, the quick guide document. I mean, at least should be. It was the last time I've checked.
What, in the main doc?
Yeah, and the quick doc as well.
Okay, I haven't checked those in ages because I forget which one is like the new main one or like which is the revised one or something.
I mean, they both like been like little bit revised each time.
They both
Okay.
exist for a different purpose. So it's not really correct to say that any one of them supersedes the other.
Right.
Oops, I
Okay.
posted the same one.
I need to review it at some point. Look through it. What's changed and what's new.
Right, there you go. Those are the color palettes that I have. I don't have one for Rainbow Dash yet because I've not done any.
So
color correction
how
for
is
that.
it better? Does it just have a more consistent style? Does it?
Right, is
It's
this ready to go?
create less Barbie stuff when you ask it to make a
Right.
character.
Okay, so it de-lobotomizes it, like de-anthros, de-ferrifies.
A little bit. Like, I mean, you still need to put them in the negative tags, but the results are still like kind of nicer looking.
Okay. Are the styles still varied? Like
Yeah, like you can still make different styles. You can make painting style. You can try to force it to make vector style, or
okay,
like a
sweet.
crayon drawing style, or watercolor style. Like yeah, like I've been doing like all of those like just fine.
Does it require any more resources than normal
No,
for inferring?
no, it's worked like all the other models. Just put it in the right
Okay.
folder.
Sweet. Well, I'm pretty sure I was able to synthesize just
I've even
fine
tested with like
with
some of
this.
the LoRa's, and it works fine with them.
I think the last one I tested locally was V3. I don't think I've tested V4 yet. But it's good to know that there's another alternative. Anyway, like I said, they'll be on the back burner for now while I've got all this other shit to do.
Right, I'm just about ready to put my lines through the pinky, so let's find out how cursed this is.
So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another
for as
pony
long
in
as
power
it
proposal to you.
Okay, let's not have all of the pinkies talking over each other, please. Let's just mute that until it's done. Right.
Wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme. Come on, England! Come on, England! Score some fucking goals! So it wasn't you? That
I
must
wish
mean
I
there's
was
another
you.
pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan.
Oh, hang on. I can make you hear it. Sorry, I forgot to enable that. What was the button to share audio? Is it going to be...
So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. Come on, England! Score some fucking goals!
Come on, England.
Might it sound better or less awful if I change any of these? Should I use auto pitch F0?
You could.
Okay.
I'd also recommend
Yeah.
turning the noise scale to 0.2 rather than 0.4. Because generally, if it's closer to 0, especially if it's with like a coarse voice or whatnot, it'll try and follow it more.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to auto pitch though, because I found that doesn't really get good results.
Don't like the auto pitch.
Not really.
Right.
I find it's a bit it's very like in terms of hit and miss, it's very miss. I found.
Okay.
Who said in chat before? They mentioned that for Discord and their voice that the F0 works better for them, so it's a bit situational, I think. But like I mentioned, you can pass them through twice, and it can sound more like Pinky. But in this instance, because you're trying to get more of an accent going, you might not want to pass it through twice. But yeah, if you tried doing a transpose of 0 and then passing through everything with 12 again, then the ones that are doubled should sound more like her.
Alright, so as a baseline then I'll run it again, where the only thing I've changed is I've put noise down from 0.4 to 0.2. And then I'll do a second run where I do transpose 0 and then rerun those, transpose 12.
Okay.
And we'll see which one of these sounds the least awful. I mean, we want to get the funny British accent, but we also want it to sound at least sort of like Pinky.
So it wasn't you?
I'm just gonna mute that again, otherwise all the Pinkies are gonna talk over each other.
I like when they talk over each other sometimes. It just sounds like you've dumped a box of mares on the desk and they all speak at once as soon as they hit the desk.
Nice. Right, so... hang on.
Okay, sweet, that's done. I'm going to do a quick Soviets song ponification. Seeing as I'm presently not doing quite as much at the moment. It's got quite a few harmonies though, but I'm not fussed about that. I can always redo it later.
Is there not a way to slice and mirror the waves? I don't think that would work, even if it was theoretical, because a wave, well, a wave is a continuous thing, right? It's, if you watch my cursor, it's constantly going like sort of like this. It doesn't. You can't have samples be one up, one down, as would be the case when you're mirroring it. So
and
no,
I've
that
tried,
wouldn't work. I don't think that's even a thing.
I've tried doing some various things to fix it when I first noticed the problem. One of the first things I've tried is by what was it called? There's an invert option, and if you were to create a separate track of the same one and invert it and then combine it, you risk losing some of the audio, if not all of it, depending on how you do it.
Why?
The only other way was by
If you invert the phase.
If you invert the wave and put it
I mean,
directly
if you invert
under,
the phase again, you lay it right on top, then it
then
should be
then
it should sum
it
up
will
to zero.
cancel. Yeah, it will cancel as well. That's another reason why it wouldn't work. Maybe you remember in physics about waves and interference. Same sort of thing.
So the prompt that I used to partially fix it was by the Nyquist command, all pass 2. And I was able to do a pass of that, and that was able to correct it. I'll copy and paste what I used in the chat real quick. So in the asterisk track, that would refer to the track that you're selecting. And the well, that's weird. I heard a weird echo.
Nothing on my end. The mayor's trying to break through your walls.
Okay, for some reason, sounds like Clipper's voice has now gone through a low pass or something. Clipper, did you just enter a tunnel?
No, there's nothing changed on my end. Do I still sound weird to you?
It's probably an internet thing.
Yeah, it sounds like
Sound fine to me.
like a lower pitch, or like more like a low pass filter kind of thing. Yeah, and I heard my my voice have echo feedback, so yeah, something weird's going on, but it seems to have corrected itself.
All right. If it's corrected itself, then I'll just go ahead and not worry about it.
I think it was Cookie who mentioned it like earlier in the thread, but it shouldn't be hard to correct for that being not in the thread, but in the SciTube chat. But it should be hard to correct for that. You just take like the mean of the audio and then subtract it. From my understanding, like an all pass filter just phase shifts like a certain frequency. So I don't think that's what we need, but if it works, then
yeah. Also the 0.4 what I linked earlier, that only works for any downwards lopsided ones. 0.2 is preferred, and it like makes it mostly fixed. But that number at the end is what's to change depending on the audio. So I'm not certain it's something that can be automated, but it's a fix / workaround to consider when audio that you get back is particularly booked. Man, I need a better seat or something. Nah, I don't need a better seat. I just need a better fucking posture. There we are. Yeah, I can sit cross-legged instead of fucking up my joints. I'm getting echo again. I'm not sure where it's from.
My microphone is muted, so it's not me.
Oh, never mind. I'm retarded. For some reason, in this instance, I had the stream running with its audio. It was meant to be muted. Oops.
Okay, that'll explain it. Funnily enough, I can now hear myself through you now.
Good.
Okay. Not sure
Maybe
why
that'll
that
go
would
away
be.
now that you've muted yourself. Muted your stream, rather. I don't think I'm hearing it anymore.
Okay, cool. Man, this song's fucking funny. Can't wait to modify it. It's got some harmonies though, so part of it's gonna be fucked up, but I feel like that adds to the effect in a way. Oh, I should probably mute.
Right, let's see how these sound then. So, baseline.
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme.
Okay, and then what should be the same line again with the transposing thing.
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme.
Yeah, so I see what you mean about it fucking up the outputs a little bit.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hug
it's
you.
it kind of depends on the reference audio and whether you do a pass with 0 and then 12, or sometimes the other way around.
So I did 0 and then 12.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
as you said.
I find that 0 and 12 tends to be the preferred one to use when doing a pass like that. But sometimes it also sounds better if you do like a 0 twice or 12 twice. Or not 12 twice, that would make it like really high pitch, or like 12 and then 0 to double down on it. So effectively you're doing a pass of 0 after you've done your pitch, or vice versa. If you're starting from 0, then pitch up.
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme. So
You know, honestly, she sounds a bit more Australian than she does British.
So it wasn't
Like,
you?
especially at the start.
That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan.
Oh, how you doing,
So
Pinky?
it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan.
Strange.
Come on, England! Store some fucking dolls!
Part of it might be... Well, with that one, I guess my voice was just higher pitched because I was shouting, sort of. I mean, with this, I've just used my normal voice with no attempt to change it in any way. Oh. Sounds like worms, doesn't it?
I'm getting to grips with this primitive weaponry.
Yeah.
Come on, England! Store some fucking dolls!
Right, are any of these ones with the transpose method? Are any of them salvageable?
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme. So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan.
I'm leaning towards no.
So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. Come
By the
on,
way, did you have it set
Store
to
some
0.4
fucking
or
dolls.
0.2?
Wait, say again.
Did you have the noise set to 0.4 or 0.2?
2.
Okay, cool. It's odd that it's not doing as well.
Come on, England! Store some fucking dolls!
Hmm. The fact that it doesn't really sound that much like Pinky is kind of ruining it.
Let me see if I can find an example of where I passed it through twice so I can
Can
demonstrate
you
what
like
I mean by improvements.
lower the pitch on it, and then just try it again? Like when you run like on the 0, then lower the pitch to like deepen it.
You mean just lower the pitch in Audacity? Like just change pitch?
Not just in Audacity. Like I mean, like when you do the first synthesis, then you take the outcome and do lower the pitch on that, then put that into the synthesis again.
It seems a
Okay.
bit roundabout.
It seems.
I
yeah.
would.
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to
To
understand
me,
how
it sounds like she
amazing
should be
hugs are and
speaking
you
in a
stop your
higher
crazy
register.
anti-hugs. I'm gonna
So I can try and change my voice a little bit to speak artificially in a higher pitch. How would that sound? What sort of
You could also raise the transpose above 12.
Wouldn't that just make it even higher pitched?
Yeah, just like raw input audio with like, to me it sounds like she should be speaking higher for some of the lines. So
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hugski.
So that was on that would be on transpose 12. So perhaps then let's delete all of that. Let's just clear this as well. So how much higher? 2 or 3?
Try 15.
Okay. No, that's the wrong one. This one.
You could also try turning up the clustering ratio.
Yeah, what does that actually do?
To like 0.5 or something. So, like from my understanding, it like, so it's the speech features. Like so the way a Sovit's SVC works is that it extracts like, or the soft VC component of Sovit's SVC, it extracts speech features, which are basically like phonemes that can be understood by the AI. And I think what this clustering thing does is that it forces like your speech features to be closer to that of the data set that it was trained on, basically.
Okay. So we need a value between 0 and 1 because it's a ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, will it let me put another value in there? Yes, it will. I'm hearing some background audio from someone.
A value like that, but
Who is that? Who's playing Applejack in the background?
I think it's Hazy.
Hazy, quiet your Applejack, please. Right. So I've upped the transpose to 15 and I've put clustering to 0.5. Let's see if that helps.
How amazing hugs are and you stop your I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hugski.
Sounds a bit better. Okay.
Okay, so I think it works really good for Applejack. I just found 2 samples, one of the Boughs of Cocaine song that I did a while back.
So I'm going to run all of these again with these new settings, and we'll see if they become acceptable.
So it wasn't
Okay,
you?
so that's the...
Just going to mute it again so I don't bombard you with lines.
Okay, there we are.
So what are these?
So this was an example of passing through twice. This was with Applejack thing, and it worked really well with her.
Mm-hmm. So your first pass.
Sun could have been open and man was I surprised. Bunch of large shot baggies, with big white rocks inside. So I took a little sample, my crazy brother girl. He sniffed it up and picked the seal, said, "Hornet some below."
Artifacting aside, that already sounds fairly close to Applejack. So your second pass is...
Sun could have been open and man was I surprised. Bunch of large shot baggies, with big white rocks inside. So I took a little sample, my crazy brother girl. He sniffed it up and picked the seal, said, "Hornet some below."
I think I actually prefer the first one. Mainly for the fact that it doesn't
Like
stumble around on the
first
words.
one is, yeah, the first one is clearer, but the second one is definitely more AJ.
Mm-hmm. I can't understand half the words. Yep. I'm right there with you, mate. Right.
You have shared the sounds for the TF2 voices.
Okay.
So, Hazy, if you feel like running them, like you can do that.
Yeah, if you've got nothing else to do.
Pardon?
Just run those through Sovets if you've got nothing else to do right now.
Oh.
Maybe not all of
I'm
them,
currently...
but actually, how familiar are you with
I'm
TF2?
doing... I'll do that in a sec after this one.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I can
the
do it if you're
echo's
busy.
back, which is weird because the stream is muted, so... Hold on, I might leave the meeting and rejoin it if the echo persists, so might fix it.
Let's bring these ones in.
Okay, testing 1, 2.
Hello.
Oh, nope, still echoing. Fuck. If anything, it's worse. Let me change the mic setting, maybe.
I'm not hearing any echo on my end. What that's worth.
I'm
I
gonna
am
hug
hearing.
you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug ski. I'm gonna hug you for as long as it takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug scheme.
Okay, I think these are better.
So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. Come on, England! Score some fucking goals! Come on, England! Score some fucking goals! Come on, England! Score some fucking goals!
Okay. Vul, are you happy enough with those? If I just give you one of each. Anything else you'd like me to try?
Fixed itself? Nope, still back. I feel like part of the reason it might be echoing is it might be some bug with sharing desktop audio. Like my voice might be coming through desktop audio and then feeding back in.
But no one else is having that problem as far as I know.
Right. That's so weird. Do I have another stream open or something?
Can you mute your browser?
Whoa. Your voice came through twice, but with delay. One of them.
Yeah, there must be something open on your computer somewhere that's playing it twice, because no one else is having this problem.
There shouldn't be anything that's playing it twice.
Alright, let me turn my screen share off. That should stop any of my audio coming through. Are you still hearing it? Am I
Let's
still
see.
echoing?
Doesn't appear to be
No,
echoing back
it
to me
seems fine.
anymore.
So, okay, and then if I turn the screen well, again, not that it should matter, because, well, coming at least not from my audio, because my audio isn't coming through my desktop, actually. Gothic, just speak, say something. Just...
Hey, I think maybe Hazy's earphones that are leaking out the audio, because I know I had like problem with mine like some ages ago.
Still echoing?
No, it seems perfectly fine now.
No echo. And
Alright, try now.
Okay,
test
let's see.
1, 2, 3. No, I don't hear myself from
Nope.
Hazy.
Okay, there is some echo that I just heard for a little bit, but that's very quiet, and I think I think it may have some noise cancelling feature to where it cancels the echo if it's feeding back. It just was bugged to where it wasn't doing that cancelling before.
So
now it seems
when I share my screen, I have the option to share system audio, and I would think surely Jitsi would have some system to account for the fact that I'm going to hear you through my desktop, and it's going to broadcast back to you. So surely they would know that that sort of thing would happen, and they would have done something to make sure that doesn't happen.
I think that is the case. It just didn't initialize in this instance, or something bugged out and it stopped doing that cancelling. But it seems to have fixed now, so that might be something to note in the future of like turning it off and back on again if the echo returns.
So I'm not hearing any echo, so again, for some reason it's only seeming to be on your end. But if you're worried about it being a thing for the actual event on the day, as long as it's not coming through on my audio, because I'll be the one streaming, as long as my audio is okay, then everything's okay. It's when it's broken on my machine that you need to start worrying.
The only reason why I think that it could be on my end specifically is due to location wise, but then again, it isn't like Gothic in Sweden or something?
No, he's UK.
No.
Hmm?
No, I'm not in Sweden.
Okay.
What, does his accent sound Swedish to you or something?
No,
Where did you get Sweden
where
from?
they're meant to be from. I keep on. Sorry, I've got a friend
I'm
who's
from Poland, but
Swedish.
I'm living in England.
Right. Okay. So it might be a location issue, like the distance gives me more latency, and that's why I experienced more echo or something, or that's why it fucked up. I don't know.
Though, if
That's just
that
my
were the case,
hypothesis.
I'd expect Vol to hear something like that. I assume Vol's in America. It's going to be a comparable
true,
difference.
I suppose America. The
I was
distance
hearing
between
some echo
Australia-
earlier, but
Are you hearing
not
anything
any right now?
No.
Okay, so there was some echo for you then. Okay, so there might be truth to my hypothesis then.
Anyway, it's a minor issue.
Well, it's
not
fixed,
working.
so
Yeah.
and at least we know how to fix it in the future, providing that method still works.
Okay, so Vol, now that you're back, I've got these now. These are the outputs, so just see if you're happy with them.
I'm gonna hug you for as long as it
Alright.
takes for you to understand how amazing hugs are and you stop your crazy anti-hug ski. So it wasn't you? That must mean there's another pony in power purporting to peddle this pernicious plan. Come on, England! Score some fucking goals!
I fucking love that line.
Yeah. So are you happy enough with those, or is there something else you want me to try?
I'm happy with those.
Okay. Alright, I'll give you those then. So it's going to be 15-1,
Yeah, I really need
15-3,
to get,
and 15-5.
I really need to do some similar tests at some point, turning AJ full Australian. I feel like that could be fun.
My desktop's being weird. Stop being weird, please. There we go. Right.
Right, I'll do that first, and then I'll get onto the TF2. All of those separated, good. Instrumental.
Right. Pinky lines have been acquired. Can tick that off now. Team Fortress 3 win. With the way Valve's updates are going, it will probably be sometime shortly after Half-Life 3.
Hey, it'll be sooner
Amazing.
than Star
Can't
Citizen
wait.
releases.
Right. Let's continue.
Pretty
reading
sure
this.
Half-Life 3 will come out before Star Citizen does. Guaranteed. Yeah, it's been like a decade since I jumped on board the Star Citizen train, so... right, need to restore those. Yeah, let's slap Athena in there. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I can see Vol dancing up and down on the planning panel. Just see the cursor.
Yeah.
And down.
I feel like the speaking side of things is just reaching a weird, awkward silence suddenly.
I don't know, we don't currently have any problems we're trying to solve right now. And right now I'm just reading through what Vol's written.
Yeah, we're not gonna have like pony radio playing in the background or something.
I could put horse radio on if you want.
I mean,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Nice. Nice. That's the first song.
yay!
Alright.
Oh, what are the chances?
Pretty fucking high, given how often they play this, I would say. Alright, fine.
I don't know how to speak Italian, so I'm probably absolutely butchering it.
Alright, Gothic, was there anything you still needed help with writing? I remember we were doing a bit of that last time.
Just as I was about to say that Soviet's been very slow loading today, it just started doing the final bit. Shit, what voice did I want to do again? Right, thank you. Oh, there's already a slide thing, is there? So was this slide thing shared as well? Or is it just the doc that was shared, not this one?
1 second, what you looking for? Coming out.
I'm just curious about this, what Kirk is looking at the moment, the
Oh, like that's my
Yeah, 'cause-
slides. I haven't written like anything about them yet.
Oh, I
But I can
see. So
explain
this
to you if
is
you are
this is
confused.
your thing.
Yeah, it's just like I don't have text to go along with it yet.
Right.
It's just-
Okay. Cool. What's
for
the
example-
first image about? There was the like old school magazine looking.
Yeah, basically the first picture is like it was like from back when people were like when the radio was first started becoming a thing, and like people were like like able to record stuff. Like there's lots of like
Okay.
anti, recording audio stuff. Like people like like writing like, oh, like recorded music is not a real music unless you have like an actual musician like playing music to you.
Right.
So that's kind of like, I want to have like a little rant on people saying, oh, like the AI art is not real art unless you have like a real artist like doing the art for you.
Okay, so it's a bit of an irony kind of side, like emphasizing that.
Yeah, basically it's like me saying like, oh, like, what was that saying? Like, the more things change, the more things stay the same.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. So I've just changed the theme on the presentation. So the idea of the background color is that it's the same color as the background of Saitu. And then the normal text and the green text are the same colors as the tomorrow theme on the board. So you should have in your colors here, yeah. So you've got your standard white/grey, and then you've got green text there as well if you need it.
Okay, finally at the restart runtime step. So in regards to the TF2 lines, is there any in particular that would?
I don't know actually. So definitely one. I think we just want one line for each character with, as in each pony, from a character that makes sense for their personality. So Rainbow Dash Scout, for example.
Okay.
Can I lower horse rate? It's already about as low as it can go. Let's see if I can put it low. How's this? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Right. Actually, where was the resource for the TF2 lines? Could you just repost that, Gothic?
I can link it again. Hold on.
Or just someone post it.
It's on the Sam's resource.
Yep.
I really like the VG resource in general. I used to use the model resource a lot when I was doing 3D animation stuff. Very useful.
Oh, okay, so it's literally just download a zip. You don't listen to any of the lines in the browser.
Man. Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's probably it. So let's start with Scout, I guess. Probably one of the domination sounds, actually. these in and see how they are. Which one sounds best for Rainbow Dash to say?
You just got freaking dominated, Knucklehead. All right, let's do this.
Maybe one of the longer ones.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, did you even see me hitting you? Look at you! You look like you ran through traffic!
I like the traffic one.
Drink it in, pal. That's how failure tastes. Look at this. Just caved in your skull. My bat's still dry. No clumps of hair. Nothing. Yeah, I dare you. Rage quit. Come on, make us both happy.
Yeah, I like that one. The Rage Quit one.
Okay, maybe you can select a few and then zip it and then send it.
Yeah.
Send it my way. Although I've only got a Pinky's model downloaded currently, although I could just quickly click the buttons. Thankfully, with this, you can just redo the setup step for each voice you want to add, and then extract the zip. Even though the zip step still errors with how a certain model already exists, it still continues to unzip everything. So.
Okay.
Oh, what, you gonna cry? You gonna cry now? I will never stop killing you.
Are there any lines of his that are like about being fast or something?
There must be. Yeah.
Relevant to Rainbow.
I'm just trying to see if I can find anything like that. Might it be in the taunts? Let's try the taunts. What about these ones?
I'm running circles around you.
There you go, this one.
Ooh, yeah, you're real scary. Yeah, why don't you come over and say that to my face, tough guy?
So,
Not so tough now, are you? Are you? I'm gonna headbutt you. I'm gonna headbutt you. I'm gonna headbutt you. Yeah, come get some, you frickin' wuss.
okay, I'll give you that one. Okay, what else?
Who wants some of this? Say goodbye. Say goodbye to your kneecaps, chucklehead. Say goodbye. Hey, a lot of good that gun did ya.
We interrupt this programming to bring you
What are you looking at?
news bulletin. At a press
Your head's a freaking bat magnet.
video leadership unveiled plans
Hey,
to
knucklehead.
absolutely
I'm talking to you.
horse music until the heat
You're all
of the
losers.
universe. When asked what prompted
Hey,
the
wimps.
compromising decision,
You wimps
the
suck.
manager simply replied,
You knuckleheads ain't even worth the effort.
Dick Horsington.
You morons are about to catch a real beating. Oh, hey, you suck. Got a bucket of chicken. Let's do this.
Oh my god, that's too many British Pinkies.
Hey,
No.
yeah.
Shush, Pinky, shush.
How's it going, Ed?
Oh my god.
Got a
they're
bucket of
all
chicken.
singing, there are too many samples.
Let's do this. Oh, man.
Holy crap, how many samples
Classics.
was that? That's 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like,
Alright, that's
like
probably
14
enough.
Pinkies singing at once.
spells.
Holy crap. Okay, 0
Right.
to 12 and then 12. I'll get them both. Let's compare these two.
Engineer.
Ah!
Yeah, maybe not that. Funny, but no.
Could work for AJ though.
Yeah, but it's not very distinctive.
Now just stop trying to mess with my contraptions. It ain't getting any harder for me to kill you. You know where you ought to hide next time? Back in France. Dominated, you turncoat. That's what my daddy taught me to do to backstabbers. You're a long way from France, boy.
What are these French ones in relation to?
Spy.
Okay.
Spy is
yeah,
French.
That would make sense. So a lot of these are directly related to a different character.
Yeah.
I haven't played TF2, so.
Have you not
Maybe-
played TF2 before?
Maybe just Spy sapping
no, I
my
just haven't
sentry is
gotten around
probably
to it.
good.
Partly because I can't play any FPSs on, like, I'm pretty sure like TF2's on like PC, yeah, and like I can't do FPSs on PC. I just can't relate, like translate mouse movement to like crosshair. There's some weird disconnect. I just can't play FPS well that way. I'm sure. Like,
Spy sapping my teleporter.
control.
Spy sapping my dispenser. Spy sapping my sentry.
Yeah, let's do the sentry one.
What was I doing? Right, I remember what I was doing.
You get killed with the golden wrench.
That there's a gold-plated kill. Guess I got the Midas touch. At least you ain't worthless anymore. Erecting a statue of a moron.
Let's see how these go.
Gothic, do you know of any iconic
Why don't y'all
lines
get
for-
along
oh,
before
shush.
one of you get...
Any
Like
iconic
British
lines? Any iconic lines for engineer that would work well for Applejack off the top of your head? Since you actually know about TF2 a little bit.
Sapping the Sentry
Oh,
are pretty
boy.
good.
That's what, sorry?
They're Sapping the Sentry.
Yeah, I already did that one. Anything else?
There's like one like Texas style, like something Texas style.
Is that a taunt?
I think so. It should be a taunt.
I'm gonna beat you like a rented mule, boy. You ladies should oughta brought some menfolk with you.
I assume there aren't any lines that we used in the Meet the TF2 character videos.
As far as I know, there aren't any
Like,
isolated
I
stems of
feel
those.
like the line and if that don't work, more gun.
Yeah, the problem with that one is it's going to have background audio, and as far as I know, those things don't exist as isolated stems anywhere.
Okay, I mean I could always separate it, but
I'm gonna tear you down,
anyways, I
Junior.
need to.
I'm done playing games with you, boy. You all about to have a real bad day. Come here, sissy. Boy. Start praying, boy. Son, I'm gonna blow that dumb look right off your stupid face. Why don't y'all get along before one of you gets hurt?
There aren't very many funny engineer taunts that I remember. One's relating to the Bronco, perhaps. It sounds like it would be Applejack.
Yeehaw! Woohoo! Yeah! Yeehaw! Spine! This is not doing my spine any favors.
No, that's not gonna happen.
That scout's a spy. I wish y'all could see how bad I'm kicking your tail. Dominated, string bean. Boo!
Oh, there's gotta be... Move.
Gotta move that gear up!
Yeah, that one. Move that gear up.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh, I can't wait to share this. So far, so good. Yeah, the British Pinky is strong with this song.
Alright, so let's do some spy. One's for rarity. Iconic spy lines? There was one where he talks about his suit. And since rarity's all about clothes.
Slap my hand.
Yeah, the
Although I suppose that wouldn't really work for ponies. I feel like that would have to be revised of like, slap my hoof.
Promise not to bleed on my suit and I'll kill you quickly.
Yeah, I just need to find the ones that actually relate to the suit. Alright, is it one of the standard taunts, perhaps?
Oh my god.
I am the spy.
Man, I love this line. Okay, I'm done with the conversion. Let me export it.
Promise not to bleed on my suit and I'll kill you quickly.
Yes, there we go.
Yep, that's
I'm
the
going to
one.
gut you like a Cornish game hen. You are all incompetent cowards. I'll be seeing you. Peekaboo! Why don't we just give up, partner? Everyone back to the base, partner. Just lay your weapons down and walk away. I'm coming for you. May I make a suggestion? Run. You're all of you quite out of your depth. You know, hiding won't save you. They should call you whiners, Doctor. No! You suck. This will be the last time you see me.
Okay, so which one was it was the very first one, wasn't it?
Promise not to bleed on my...
Okay. And then maybe one or two more. I'm trying to get, like, 2 or 3 good ones for each character.
Okay, I need to re-export that. That was too loud. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that's better.
Are there any good domination lines for spy that anyone knows off the top of their head? If not, I guess I'll just go through a load.
Go to hell and take your cheap suit with you.
Yes, that's a good one.
We all knew you were a spy. You are an amateur and a fool. I'll see
I'm not
you
destroying
in
my
hell,
keyboard. It's
you
just
handsome
very close
rogue.
to my mic.
You are an embarrassment to spies everywhere. Gentlemen, shall we? After you. Ahem. Kaboom indeed, you drunken wretch. How's that bottle of scrumpy now? Don't feel bad. You did a fine job tossing your little balls around. The Black Scottish Cyclops, now extinct. I've merely finished what your liver started. Here's what I have that you don't. A functioning liver. Depth perception. Yippee-ki-yay, my dead illiterate friend. Did I throw a wrench into your plans? Oh, fat man, please. This is getting awkward. You disgust me, fat man. That is a diet I call death. Dominated, you fatuous, fat-headed fat man.
We'll do that one. Alright, that's probably enough for spy. Alright, medic. Any good ones for medic? Bearing in mind that we're thinking Fluttershy for medic.
Man, I haven't played the game in like a year. Like, I couldn't even remember half the voices.
Okay.
Hold still, Schweinhund. This will only sting for a moment. 1, 2, 3. I do not think we bought enough body bags.
That's a good one for Fluttershy.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dummkopf! Turn your head and cough. I'm going to saw through your bones.
Although my computer's not very happy right now. I'm getting a bit of lag, probably because I'm doing all sorts of shit.
I healed the man who will kill you. Hello, Fräuleins. It looks like Domkevest. Auf Wiedersehen, Schweinhunds. Prepare for your examination. You are stupid. Come over here. I promise I will heal you.
Computer's really not happy. What are you doing, computer? Come on. That's working fine. Okay, and then I'm going to do some for Sniper as well, for Twilight. Wow, Sniper has a lot of taunts. It's got 46 of them. And those are just the standard ones. Right. No.
Bloody bogan! I'm a dinkamorsey, not some bloody cartoon!
It might be a good one for Twilight. I have no idea how well this is going to translate to Twilight. Probably not amazingly.
So you're gonna Aussie Twilight?
Yeah.
I slept in the corpse of water buffalo tougher than you! You big-head wankers!
Good Aussie.
What's that?
I feel like Pinky could do Sniper pretty well. Just because of the way he speaks is similar to how Pinky does.
Yeah, you could do.
Like
bear
in
in mind,
terms
we've
of
already
the,
got Pinky being British, so...
Yeah, but like some of them carry over, like some can apply to multiple, like for example, Applejack could also apply to Soldier potentially, or Rainbow Dash could also be Soldier.
Yeah.
You prancing show ponies!
Some overlap. Although I
You
wonder,
prancing
it doesn't
show
have to be just
ponies!
the main 6. There are other voices that we have as well. So maybe a British Aussie Celestia, maybe.
Yeah.
Soldier Cadence. That would be pretty funny.
Do they ain't them shirts for men? You bloody pikers! You're all a bunch of no-hopers! All your heads look bloody 12 feet tall! I'm gonna plant one right between your eyes, you punter!
It's so funny to see Capset Aussie accents. I mean, some of those lines are pretty good, but some of them are a bit off.
Mm-hmm.
You better hold on to your head, mate!
I mean, the guy who voiced Sniper isn't actually Aussie, so...
I'm gonna blow the insides of your head all over 4 counties! I'm gunning for you, you mongrels!
It makes sense that we'd have not that many recordings of actual Aussie speaking Aussie lines due to our lower population and thus less likelihood of Australian voice actors and whatnot compared to those that aren't.
Piss off, you mongrels! Piss off, you bloody pikers! This is gonna be a real piece of piss, you bloody fruit shop owners!
It's got a lot of insults.
Yeah.
Keep you having that big mouth while it's still attached to your bloody neck!
Because it's very, very front speaking rather than back. Like Australian is very back speaking. Oh yeah, g'day mate, how you going? It's a lot more nasally, like it's more up and back.
Okay.
Whereas this VA seems to be a bit more like towards the lips, like a lot more speedy almost.
So the palettes that I sent you, Pinky, they're based on these pictures down here from the animation assets. They came directly from the studio leaks. Therefore, I think they're the most objective in terms of this is the correct color to use. And I would have taken them all from, like, the top. I couldn't tell you exactly which picture I took them from, but they would have been from the top, which means they would have been from Season 2. Can we have something that's maybe not shouting? What else do we have?
Let's have a go at it! Get to it! Yeah! Go on then, mate! God save the Queen! Give him a godful!
They didn't deliberately do a palette swap between Season 1 and Season 2, but yes, the colours did change. It was something to do with the iTunes release. They fucked up the export or something, made the colours look all washed out. But no, there shouldn't be any Season 1 assets. In my folders, at least.
You shouldn't have even gotten out of bed. You're gonna keep finding yourself belly up. This is getting too easy, mate. I'm running out of places to put holes in you. How's about you call it a day? Fighting men might not be your thing, lad. If your strategy is to build me confidence, it's working. This is getting embarrassing. How many times have you died? I'm actually getting impressed. It's only gonna get worse, mate. This is as good as you're gonna do. Gotcha, you spastic little gremlin! Dominated, you little ankle biter! That'll slow you down, you twitchy hooligan! Dominated, you miniature delinquent! Gotcha, you spastic little gremlin!
I like how even though he hasn't got quite the what's the word? The way it's said, right? Is it at least got the way we shorten words and the way we go between them.
The bullets come out of the slim hand, mate. Nice try, mate, but I'm the best. You call that sniping? Dominating, you blind-eyed bastard. One sniper to another, mate. Give up. I own you, you pickle-headed drongo. All rockets, no brains, eh, mate? Sneak around that, you phony scoundrel. Take that, you two-faced mongrel. Cloak your way out of that, you filthy spook. That's some shonky business right there. Right up, right up.
Just one more for sniper.
Good on you, mates. Spy round here.
Yes, spy round here. That's what I was looking for.
Spoy.
Yep. That's pretty well done.
Spoy.
Spy round here. Spy. Spy here. Spy round here.
I don't think I know anyone who would pronounce spy as spoy.
Well, sniper. Hang on, I've lost which one was it?
Spy. Spy round here. Spy here.
Yeah, it was that one. Right. Okay, so I've got some now for engineer, medic, scout, sniper, and spy. We could do Putus for heavy. Is there any? Did you want me to get some for soldier as well? No. It's gonna be this one.
Put dispenser.
Yeah. Okay. That should be enough lines now. One for every pony except Pinky, since she's already been done. There you go, Izzy. Lines for you.
Help, Sniper! I've been turned into a unicorn! What are you doing?
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I could offer you much more than the mirrors ever could.
I can be whatever you want.
Okay.
Desire. Wherever, whenever. If it'll help to extract more love out of you.
Then I'll do it. Doesn't that sound nice to you? Becoming a permanent servant to me. What the? Oh, come on!
My goodness.
So,
Darling, she didn't hurt you, did she?
you have a little think about intro slides then.
They'll harmonize your ass right here and now.
Oh, whatever. I've had my fun.
I just looked in the folder you zipped. It doesn't seem to be sorted into which characters are which.
Oh, no, they're in very generic names. I just pulled them out of the folders and threw them into one thing.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's very obvious which is which.
Okay, so
When
I
you
need to
listen
listen
to
through each before I can.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't think about that before I sent it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, so Gothic's gonna draw another thing for the opening slide.
What's going on?
Uh,
My name?
yeah, so you're gonna do another drawing, right, for the title slide.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the opening.
Right, that could
I
be-
haven't started yet, but
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just confirmation
I
that you
got
are
the-
going to do it. And that's actually what I'll just have open while I'm giving the intro, I think. Yeah, you can do it. Do you have access on the main doc? I'm pretty sure you do. But when it comes to current project goals, the quick start guide is a lot more up to date. Even though I think that's still in need of an update. So, let me know if you don't have access, I'll sort you out. We had a slide for intros, right? Which of us says who we are? Do da do da be da to do da be da do da be da bunny to do da be da. Yeah. Okay.
This is my favorite remix of this song.
Yes. So when it comes to intros, I think I'll do it in order of presenting. Vol, do you want your short name Vol or your full name Voltraz on the intro slide?
Short name.
Short name. Right. You don't have access. Okay, give me a sec.
I cut it off because I'm a little bit worried about using like the full name of a Bionicle character. So.
Okay. Alright. Cookie, I've given you access on your Cookie Triple P address.
Wait. Hold on. So Scout has the bucket of chicken line,
Yeah.
but that's also a line that's used in the spy Meet the Spy video. So there are some that's included in it, or is that just
no, that's just a different. No, so the line from Scout with the chicken is, "Hey, I got a bucket of chicken. You got a
Just
bucket of
references to
chicken.
it.
You
Like,
want to
they're
do
not,
it?"
actually
So,
the same lines.
so yeah, it's just a reference.
okay?
It's not the actual line. Right. So from each of you, at some point, I need like a 1-sentence description of what you want on this. So for me, data gathering and some other shit.
Alright.
What did I write last year?
AJ for engineer.
And AI voice creations. What's a more fun way of saying content creation? Animating. Animation.
Which pony are we doing for heavy?
Anyone you want, really. He's more of a wild card.
Okay. I feel like we've got a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck it, let's do Sweetie Belle.
Sweetie Belle.
Yeah, why not? Fluttershy for medic.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow Dash for scout. Pinky for sniper. And then Rarity for spy.
Do we want to have a picture on this slide? What will we even have? How well does Stable Diffusion do at drawing more than one pony in a single image? I mean, could it draw 4 ponies sitting at a table?
No.
Stable Diffusion is terrible at making multiple characters interacting with each other.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'll do Apple Bloom for heavy because Apple Bloom's accent might do well with heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Fluttershy speaking dumb. Vol, you're still there, yeah? Add a suggestion for the Servits Inference. You're the one that maintains that one, yeah?
The collab notebook, or
yeah, the 4.0 Inference.
yeah.
Are you able to sort the setup HF downloads based on character by like which ones are singing, which ones aren't, or like characters individually? Because currently it's a bit of a mess. Like there's Rainbow Dash speaking, Discord Pinky speaking, and then it goes to like between singing and speaking. It's like very, very in disarray. It's hard to find the voices and which ones are singing, which ones aren't for the respective characters. If that makes sense.
So they'd have to be labeled that way, and I don't remember like how I labeled all of them.
No, like they are labeled as to which ones are singing, which ones are speaking. It's just that like it goes, singing, 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 speaking, speaking, singing, speaking.
So they should be separated. You're saying?
Well, what I mean is that the way it's ordered, it's hard to find. Like you have Applejack S1 up the top, and then the next Applejack is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 20 down before you find the other Applejack model.
Right. So alphabetical maybe?
I was thinking, yeah, like if you sort them both alphabetically and also, yeah, that might be best. So that way you can find the characters a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that would make it a lot easier to find. So if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Speaking of, I think I might be missing one voice before I start doing that. Which one did I miss?
If I were to put any pictures on the Who Are We slide, what would they be? I'm struggling for ideas here.
Apple Bloom, Applejack, Bloodstripe, Pinkie Pie.
Where do you want the pictures?
I'm just wondering if we want to put any pictures on here. Like if we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures along the bottom or something. Or if there's any generic thing that'll work.
Okay, I'm missing rarity.
Because last year it was literally just this. I'm just wondering if we can... What can we do? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I think it's fine as it is. Like it's just like the very first introduction page. Like I don't think like that particular one needs any pictures.
Okay. New voice. So I'd like to go almost all in on the idea of AI generated images on almost every slide. I need to remember how to use Stable Diffusion. I've not done it in ages.
You have the offline one, right?
I think so, yeah. But again,
yeah, because then that would be like easier to use out of the installation stuff. Like I'm not sure if the collab one is even able to like use extra like add-on stuff.
So I have this Stable Diffusion Web UI. Is it this?
This is Horse Radio.
And then if it is
I probably
this,
need to
which
transpose all of these by 12, yeah.
Do I run Web UI? Or Web UI user? Web UI user. Alright. No Python at miniconda/python.exe.
I think the last time like you've been using the Miniconda one. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't remember. Like.
Or double clicking any of the other ones. What about just Web UI on its own? What does that do? No. Apparently I don't have Python, which I know is bullshit. Yeah. Isn't there a Colab version? I feel like that would just be easier. Is it written in the quick guide?
I think there was, but it broke and like someone didn't fix it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so in the quick guide I presume we want version 3. But we also have the one by... So we have one by Cookie and one by
you want the
Asteroid.
Pony Soup. That's the newest one.
Pony Soup. Okay.
That's just the model.
That's just the model though.
Yeah, but you still want to download that.
Okay, but presumably I need more than just the model though, right? The newest one is Pony V4 as far as you know. Was there even a Pony V4 link in the quick guide? Don't think there was. I don't see a V4 link in there. So if not that one, I should use the Pony Soup. And once I've downloaded the model, is there anything else I need to do to make it go?
We need to fix your Python problem. That would be the first.
Okay, so where's the? How do I download this then? Where's the download button? Some versions, I guess. Feature extractor, safe tense. How the fuck does this work? Not familiar with this.
Look in the chat, I've posted the direct link to it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, I need to head out.
Alright.
Sorry about you.
Alright, no worries. See you later.
Alright, see you.
Bye. Right, download that then. How long do you think that's going to take? 20 odd minutes. Oh no, 11 minutes. It's still a while. I mean, 2 gigabytes isn't that big, but this is Mega we're talking about, and Mega tends to be a bit shit. Okay. So if I just try and run this again, so what was the actual error? No Python at where Python is. Okay. So is that just because I've moved Python somewhere else?
Okay, so I think that the 0 to 12, the second pass, did well for some of Rainbow Dash's lines. I'll share in chat.
Yeah, so Hazy's the Aussie guy.
Yep.
I mean, have you been listening this entire time not knowing who's who? Yeah, full left.
Yeah, come get some, you freaking wuss.
Sounds alright.
Yeah, come get some, you freaking wuss.
Not sure which one of those is better. They sound fairly similar to mine.
I found the second pass one has more of Dashy's like proper coarseness. Like at the end, it's a lot more like Rainbow Dash for the second one. But I find a lot of these taunts are more cleaner with the first one. So.
Alright.
And best is just never enough. We're kinda short, but so what? We don't get defeated.
Right.
We don't need it. We've got hearts. As strong as horses. We've got hearts.
So basically,
strong as horses.
the error is saying that there's no Python at a particular file path.
Maybe it would be worth it
But
to, like,
that file path that
reinstall
it's
the Python.
quoting doesn't actually exist.
Oh, by the way, that reminded me. I've actually got a wider version of this song now.
What do you mean by wider?
You'll see. I'll link it.
How can audio be wide?
So basically, I found individual stems for each of the characters singing, and where in the original song they're more narrow together, and I've made it like so they're like wider. Like you hear more Sweetie Belle in the left ear, Scooter in the right, and Apple Bloom in the middle, or something to that effect.
I see.
And here's the wide version. I just posted it.
Well, since Fool left, there were 4. Now there's 3. So you have me, you have Hazy, and you have Gothic. And up until just a few minutes ago, you had Fool. I'm hearing some guitar in my right ear. Oh. Okay, I see what you mean, but I don't think it sounds good. Having the different voices in different ears is just really distracting. It's really off-putting. It's like I've got one... Wait, who's in my right ear? So it sounds like I've got Apple Bloom speaking directly into my left ear and Sweetie Belle speaking directly into my right ear. As in, they're right next to my ear speaking directly into it. And that really doesn't... That feels quite uncomfortable.
So you don't like the feeling of being surrounded by mares?
Not when they're
Or
speaking
fillies?
directly into my ear, no.
But what if they want to snuggle your face and sing at the same time?
Well, they can snuggle my face and sing, but they don't have to put their lips right next to my ear when they do so.
But yeah, that's the wide version.
Okay.
Stereo mares.
How the fuck did you think there was 2 the whole time? The voices all sound completely different.
Maybe he thought we just like different personalities.
Yeah.
True mascot subs.
We're each doing impressions. This has all been a ruse. It's been one voice actor who's
Yeah, it's just been me the
doing
whole
different
time doing
impressions.
different voices.
Just optical illusion, nothing to see here, just smokes and mirrors.
Alright, is this model done downloading? It's about halfway.
Funnily enough, I don't think I could even do any of the other accents in the chat. Like I can't do American, I can't do British without butchering it. Probably couldn't do Polish because I've never really tried.
Right. So when I try to run this, it says it can't find Python. Is there a way for me to change where it's looking for Python in the script?
Do you have it installed in the first place?
I am 99% confident that I do have Python on this computer, yes.
Can you check like what folder do you have it?
Oh, I don't know. Could be fucking anywhere, honestly.
Well, usually it should be in the C drive. That's like the default.
So I've got .cache, I've got .conda, .ipython. It's probably one of them, right?
So what are you trying to do?
Find Python.
By find you mean the directory in which it's located?
Yeah. I mean, I just
pretty sure. I don't remember if Python lives in app data or if it.
Here is Python.
It probably does.
I definitely have
Okay,
it.
you found it. Cool.
So I've just hit the Windows key and typed Python. That's not told me where it is actually in the directory.
Is the directory on the top
open
the same
file
that
location.
directory is asking you for?
Right, I found it.
In the command prompt, are you able to type in Python space -- version?
Name
like this?
Python is not defined.
Okay. Yeah, there might be a separate command as to how it's used then.
Right. So
You will need to do like a path connection to the folder where the Python is installed
Mm-hmm.
in
So
your system
how
environment.
do I do that? I mean, do I need to change something in here? Oh yeah, and once I've actually downloaded this model, what do I actually do? I mean, does it run with this same setup, or do I need some other thing to make it go?
Okay, scouts done. Ones are done. Cool. I wish there was an easier way to download all the files in from the collab. Like if you could press a button and it downloads everything, like it zips everything, and then you can download that one thing.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it last time either. I'm pretty sure it was something to do with this, but I don't know. Personally, I've not had much need or desire to mess around with the image generating stuff. I'm much more about the voice. But I know at some point this worked. And there definitely isn't a collab version for, I don't know, this Astrolite V4 model, or any other up-to-date Stable Diffusion model. No. I'll take silence to mean no.
So I'm just a bit occupied with these sorting the voices.
Mm-hmm.
I've just done RD.
Okay.
It's just, man, it's a pain in the ass to download each file individually.
Yeah.
Because I have to wait until one's finished downloading before I can download another, because for some stupid fucking reason, Chrome freaks out and is like, oh, this place is downloading multiple things at once. I'm going to stop you from downloading everything until you specify I can do it on this site. And then even when I specify, it still fucking does it again. Bitch.
Strange.
Fucking
I mean,
Chrome.
I've had it moan at me for downloading multiple things before, but never repeatedly, as you've described.
Yeah, like because if I can right click and then download file and do that repeatedly, I'd download it in a second, but for some stupid reason, it decides to freak out. Fucking Chrome. It's weird too because I explicitly said, yes, this site, ignore everything and just let me download the things, and then it just fucking does it every time.
So it's asking, so and it's doing this on the Colab, right?
Yes.
So Google is worried that its own fucking software is gonna be malware.
I'm pretty sure. Wait. Microsoft owns. Doesn't Microsoft own Mozilla? I mean,
yes.
Chrome.
No,
Sorry.
Google owns Chrome.
Right. So yeah, that does seem very ironic. I agree. How it freaks out over its own thing, downloading multiple things at once.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it does it for every site, not just Collab.
Yeah.
It's just more ironic that it does happen with the Collab.
Mm-hmm.
I think it may be a Linux specific thing because it's not recognizing that I've already specified that this directory is what I like, this address I want it to be fine with.
Okay.
I think there's some weird shit going on in the background. MLP workflow using OpenPony. What do you mean by that rating?
Open Pony, I'm pretty sure, is animation software similar to OpenTune.
Like
OpenTunes.
developing a new MLP workflow for it? Like
Yes.
how does... So does that mean
Oh, it's
it
Second
being
Life.
able to recognize the pony form better? That's outside of Second Life.
So are you using it as an animating tool then?
Oh, Open Pony. I don't know how to read. Okay, I thought you were talking about Open Pose, which has to do with the stable diffusion and being able to specifically pose the thing. Right. Never mind. Ignore it. Ignore me. I'm going to go into the background and disappear from existence.
I'd rather you didn't do that. We kind of need you for the panel.
I have returned. Man, I haven't done the Marek voice in ages. It is very fun to do. It is very fun to speak in this very bizarre voice. And strangely, I can speak in this voice longer than I could in my ordinary one.
Sounded like a goblin going into a mare cave.
Oh, the mares. Yes, I have all the mares. Yes. Mares. Mare. Oh, wow, it is hard to repeat the word mare with that voice. Mare.
Mare. Okay.
Have you had your mares today?
I have had my mares today. But I could always have more mares. Do you have more mares for me?
Oh man, this is just
You can have more mares. You're not strong enough to handle mares.
You can't handle the mares. Alright, which one am I doing next? Wait, no, I've done heavy. I've done scout. Let's do medic. Good thing there's only 4 to do because that makes it a lot easier. And we'll do a 12 and then a 0 because I want to pitch it up and then double it. Not the other way around because 0 isn't going to work here because it's too low. Male to female. Fluttershy speaking. I couldn't convert the thing. Mare. Looks like only one of the medic lines worked well with Fluttershy. I think because a lot of his shouting lines, he goes higher pitch, and I think it's a bit too high for her.
Okay. Technically, we can get away with just one line for each.
But I'll pass twice just in case the second pass works with it.
Well, I can pick out a few more for medic if we really need to.
Alright, 12 and 12 past 2. 12 past 2. 12 past 2. Good. 5, 6. Yes, that is all of them. Good.
I feel like I've already got done anything. I mean, like, there's like one almost whole page. But still, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just not being very happy with it.
Sorry for any plasticky sounds. I'm eating caramello koalas.
Caramel koalas.
Mm-hmm. They're like the best.
What the fuck is a caramel koala? Something to do with caramel and something to do with a koala, but how do you blend those two things together?
Well, you take your koala, right? And then you hollow out the koala, fill it with caramel, and there you go, caramel koala.
Okay.
Splendid logic.
Right, I have Pony V4. What do I do with it?
You need to put it in the modules folder, exactly in the Stable Diffusion ones.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the caramel koala. I just posted in chat.
Yeah, modules and then Stable Diffusion module. Any folder.
Okay. Huh.
But yeah,
It's from
like
Capri.
regular caramello, but like for some reason it tastes a lot better when it's a koala. I don't know how.
So it's chocolate with caramel in it.
Yeah, it's just like a
That's-
normal caramello.
That's a Freddo.
No,
Is it?
Well,
Or it was.
well, yeah, it's basically like a thicker Freddo, but obviously it needs more space to have a hollow interior that's filled with soft caramel.
Strange.
Freddos are also good. They're yeah, man, I haven't had Freddo in ages.
Right. And now this still won't work.
Cookie suggested to edit it, so it's you can use the open with when you right click.
On the web UI user?
Properties, and then in the properties you should have option to open with.
No, you say. Okay, so set Python equals set get equals. So am I supposed to put a folder directory path here?
I guess I've never messed around with it. I think you need to put it in the quotes.
Okay. Put Python path in there. I will try doing that then.
Yeah, it'll need to be in quotes, especially if there are any spaces in your path, because it doesn't like spaces. Otherwise, it thinks you've given it a path and then something afterwards as an argument, and then it like can't find the first path because after the space, it thinks that you stopped at the space.
Yeah, that's why I'm remaining almost all of my folders with like underscores instead of spaces. It's just less messing around.
Those. Are those what hold on. What Stinky Pie just posted? Are those what Clipper would call jammy dodgers or something?
No, not those. Jammy dodgers are.
Or wait, are the jammy dodgers
They're-
the one with the?
They're the
cherry
same.
in the
They're the
middle?
same idea, but they're a bit different. They've got a bit more decoration on them in the middle. They've got a heart, but that looks
Okay.
like that's basically 2 bits of shortbread with jam in the middle. That is basically a jammy dodger.
Right.
It's just that's like a knockoff, I guess, or something. Okay. So it's I've put the folder path in there, and I've got a new code. Couldn't launch Python. Exit code 9009. And then the directory path that I pasted in there is not recognized as an internal or external command operable program or batch file.
Okay, so wait, so you're using the directory to a path? Wait, to a file?
No, it's not that. It's not C. But it is in that style, yes.
Right, so it's looking for something to run, so it needs to be the actual name of the file you intend to run.
So do I need? So do I need to actually put Python? So I've just given it the file directory to where the Python is. Are you saying I need to?
You need to have the python.exe.
I need to add the python.exe thing to okay.
Yeah. Because yeah, with the way the error is saying, it's saying that it can't find a thing to run, so it's asking for the thing in which to run. Fuck, which one was I doing next? I just finished. Just finished Fluttershy. I've done Scout, done Heavy. Let's do AJ next. Engineer. Engineer.
Okay, this might be why it's not working as well, because in the programs, it's not actually the executable, it's a shortcut. How do I find where the shortcut leads to?
Right click and open properties, and it should lead you to the directory to original file directory.
Okay. Right, let's try this then. Alright, what's the error this time? No, it's still saying there's no Python there, which isn't correct. There's definitely Python there. I mean, so this is where I'm telling it to go to, and there's python.exe there.
Do you have the python.exe in the text file?
Yes.
If you move it to the side, like you could right click, and then inside of the file, like you have exact directory for the where the file is, along with the name, so you could copy that.
Shift right click on Python. Okay.
Properties. And then you have exact directory of the file. At least it should be.
Right, I'll try copying this path.
You'd think that AJ and Engineer would synergize well, but apparently no. Like, all of her lines are bad.
Really? That is surprising.
Like, the closest line is the Statue of a Moron one, but it slides the pitch too much. It's weird. You'll see when I send the whole thingamawhat's-it through the thing and stuff and stuff and thing and stuff.
Right.
Okay. I've also included both the singular pass and secondary pass, just in case some of them sound better. But in AJ's case, the default sounded terrible, so the pass isn't much better. Okay, I've only got Spy and Sniper to do.
Okay. So the error now, I think it's trying to find Python in a specific area, because it says no Python at, and then it gives me a completely different directory path to the one I've specified. So users clipper miniconda3 python.exe.
Did you save the file after pasting the new directory?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Also, when installing Python, did you make sure when you installed it to tick the thing where it says add Python to your path?
Probably.
Because when installing Python, it needs to have a path thing, and it adds a thing to your registry, so that way Python knows where to find itself. It's like a requirement for some of the things that might have been overlooked. So just thought I'd mention, because that could be a potential problem.
I just reinstall Python then.
It would probably be
It
faster.
wouldn't hurt. It'd at least eliminate the possibility that that's an issue. So yeah, just when installing it, make sure that on the step where it says about something called path, which should be capitalized, just make sure that's ticked.
Yeah. This is why I didn't like coding.
Yeah. Yeah, coding's only fun if you can get it to work over 50% of the time. It's the real pain in the ass when it doesn't.
So I'm currently uninstalling Python.
Yep. Yeah, just when you start to install, make sure like you go through it slowly so you don't miss the tick to path thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it might be ticked by default, but it might not. I forget which is the default. Seem to end.
Housewarming Eve is getting close. We're not prepared, I fear. Twilight, you should take a break.
No time for rest, that much is clear. I made a list and checked it twice. There's lots to do on here. Oh, if I can't get everything done, I'll have to wait and celebrate next year. One more day before the cheese. One last chance before the holidays leave. One more day to make the holiday great. One more day to
celebrate.
Please make it really, really great.
One more gift. Try to hurry. Don't be late.
Box, wrap, oh, repeat. Gotta concentrate. Just one more day until we all celebrate.
So, we want to tick the thing add Python exe to path.
The music is a little loud compared to your voice.
Add python.exe to path. We need that ticked.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, that's what you are missing, I guess.
Other than that, we can just do the normal installation.
Yeah, it may have already been the same on your previous install, but at least this guarantees that it is, and thus isn't a problem.
You're doing a Saul Goodman model.
Yes, from the 5-minute audiobook preview.
Ah. Woof woof.
Okay, that didn't do too bad. Let's remove all of these real quick.
Okay, setup was successful.
Oh, I could do that the whole time. Oh my god, that would have saved me so much time.
What
So
did you discover?
apparently you can delete multiple folders by holding Control, selecting multiple, and then right-clicking.
And right-clicking?
Yeah, in Colab you can right-click and it says delete all folders. Hold on, can I actually select and download multiple folders? Hold on, I need to test this. Alright, let's see here. Does it work with downloading as well? No, the only option is delete folders, but let's try download. No, you can't do it for multiple folders. Oh, of course not. But at least the workaround, the multiple select, at least. At least you can delete multiple things at once. Better than nothing, I suppose. Better Cry 5, Better Cry 5, okay, cool. So, still the slow method for downloading, but unless it saves one method. So that's a good neat trick for me to drop down for anyone that may want to do multiple passes to delete the original line, so that way the transpose of 0, if they've started with 12, they don't retranspose 0 for the original lines, only the ones to do a second path for. Man, I've got that song stuck in my head again.
This is what's happening. So I'm trying to run it, and it says there's no Python found at a different file location that is than where the Python is actually installed, which makes me think it's trying to find Python in a directory that doesn't actually exist.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Because there's nothing in the batch file that references this file directory location.
Interesting. So you've installed Miniconda as well, yeah?
Probably. I must have. Yeah, I'm certain that I did that at some point. At Gothic's insistence. I still don't know what the fuck it does, but he was very insistent that I should.
Basically, I don't know, it has a bunch of things that this thing needs to reference. So if it can't find all the things, then it can't run. There's quite a few dependencies.
Mm-hmm.
RM makes a directory, doesn't it? Or am I thinking of something else?
Were you expecting me to know the answer to that?
Or does it copy one to another? Ah, delete, right. Delete everything and ask no questions. So does that mean whenever it... Okay, so the so the other method is, do you want to delete this file? Okay, I see.
What?
Right,
I mean,
cut that.
at this point, I feel like sometime with Gothic, I should just go through this installation process again. Just do everything from scratch. Right, am I gonna do anything else right now? I don't know. Do you need me to do anything? No, so Gothic had me do something or other with Miniconda. And it's probably something to do with that. But basically, the fundamental problem is this doesn't exist. Like this folder directory, it's not there. And there was nothing in the batch file that indicated it should be looking there. So I'm leaning towards the idea of just delete everything in this and start again. But the thing is, I don't remember where this came from originally. I fucking hate computers, man. What are they even good for?
What is it good for?
Right. So is it in the quick guide?
I can eat these. Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Yeah.
I still love one of the comments of it, just because like I love it when people write what they hear sounds like. Someone said, "Oh my Dodd," because that's what it sounds like. Oh my God! I can eat these.
Right. I'm gonna delete this, and then I'm gonna download it again.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to when I finally fully sort all my files. Is I'll actually have a depository of all the fails that I've saved, and then I can finally do another more recent AI fails compilation like I did many moons ago.
Okay. When you get around to cleaning up your folders. Something that I will never do, almost certainly. My folders are horrible.
Yeah. But I suppose on the plus side, it'll be more efficient once it is sorted. So then I can actually find the mares I'm looking for, not just. What am I forgetting to do? Right. Final one. Rarity. Alright, delete all those, redo, restart that, speaking 12.2. Oh, and I'm not sure if you saw, but I shared this earlier in thing. with British Pinky.
I know this.
Some people might like to get a train to work or drive in a Beamer or a Merc. Some guys like to travel in by bus, but I can't be bothered with the bus today. I'm gonna take my bike. It's once again the tube's on strike. The greedy bastards want extra pay, sitting on their ass all day, even though they earn 30k. So I'm standing here in the pouring rain. Where the fuck's my fucking train? London Underground, Underground, lazy fucking useless cunts. London Underground, Underground, hell greedy cunts. I wanna shoot them all with a rifle. All they say is please mind the doors, and they learn that on their two-day course. This job to be done by a 4-year-old. They just leave us freezing in the cold. What you smell, what you get. Bird that came, piss and sweat. Most of death in the boiling heat, with tourists treading on your feet. Nail bones on every seat. So don't tell me to mind the gap. I want my parking money back. London Underground, Underground, Herald, lazy fucking useless cunts. London Underground is Underground, Herald, greedy cunts. I wanna shoot them all with a rifle. La 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 la. La 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 la. The floors are sticky and the seats are damp. Every platform has a fucking tramp, but the drivers get the day off when we're all late for work again. London Underground, Underground, I wanna wake is there a wake? London Underground, take your Oyster card and shove it up your asshole.
I love that last bit.
Yeah. Right, what's the fucking problem here? So apparently I need 3.1.6 Python, but it seems like that might be optional. I might have to do that.
It doesn't say fatal, so
Hmm.
I'd say it's just saying there's a new release available, but not necessarily that you need it.
So can I just
says
press
press
any
any
key
key
to continue, and then it will...
I mean, you can. I mean, the worst that can happen is you can just run it again and then get after getting the new version. But just press any key and see what it does.
It's closed. It's done nothing.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Right. So, what's the actual problem here?
Hey. The rarity scout did actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cookie, help.
So she synergizes well with Scout a lot more than AJ did with Engineer. Like that was. Ugh. All right, deleting all of those at once because that is a new trick that I learned. Yay! Save time and convert those to ×2 because that will double the rarity at the risk of doubling the errors.
So, using Python 3.10.6 is actually essential. It's not optional. Right. This is one of the many fucking things I hate about coding, and especially Python. You need a million different versions of everything for it to work. I mean, how do you work around this? Do you just have to have 20 different versions of Python installed on your computer at all times? I mean, how does the entire internet not just break whenever Python gets updated?
Yeah, Linux doesn't always do just things automatically. For some of my environments, I had to specifically get an older version. I had to get freaking 2.8 instead of 2.10 or something. Or was it 3.8 instead of 3. I think it was 3.8 instead of 3.10 that I needed for a particular one, but other things need 3.10. It's fucking ridiculous. But at least I know how to set up these Conda environments, so that way I can specify, okay, I want Conda environment this, and then when that's on, I install the Python for that Conda environment, and that apparently keeps it for that or something. I don't quite know, but it's something I'll keep in mind when trying to get thing to run. But
Mhm.
you may have to do something similar. So maybe you can create an environment and then install the version that you need, and then do the rest of
So,
the steps again.
If I were to just
while
go
it's
and
running.
download and install 3.10 right now, would that overwrite 3.1, 3.11?
I believe so. There are
Don't know
sometimes
if that'll
cases
break
where
anything.
the system has 2 versions of Python, but I'm pretty sure that this script will try and reference the one it's looking for, potentially.
Mhm.
But I don't know. These things are all a pain in the ass, so I've had to deal with similar things, so you're not alone in the pain at the very least.
Right, so I should download Python 3.10.6.
Is that the new version it's referencing, or is that the one that the
That's the one
thing
that it's.
requires?
That's the one that it wants.
Okay. Alright. Hooray, those are all done. Yay. Alright. Got this and then paste them there. Spy. Alrighty.
Vul is away right now, but so Vul is mainly behind the Sovets models, so he's the one who trained the models there. He, as far as I know, doesn't have in-depth expertise with the AI, but he does know a bit of coding.
Yeah, Vol would be very helpful right now.
So basically, as far as I know, he's essentially just plugged the pony data into a pre-existing training script for Sovets, and then realized, oh, these models are actually better than TalkNet. So yeah, he has enough scripting knowledge to do that, and he knows enough to do collab models or collab scripts to use those models.
Alright, time to zip all of these and then send them your way. Alright, TF Mares.
TF Mares.
Mares.
Mare. Mare.
Okay, you've just given me a whole heap of nostalgia just now. There's a company here called Medallia Steel, and there's a blue heeler dog that says "Mama Mate."
Okay. And that was a big part of your childhood or something?
Oh, it was on the TV all the time. Like, it was one of the most common ads. It's kind of like our Bunnings warehouse of thing. Bunnings warehouse, lowest prices are just the beginning, or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
But it's just the way that you said Mama Mare. It's just made me think of the Mama Mate.
I mean, in my mind, I was thinking of Poker Face. Like where it goes rum mum mum ma. I was doing mum 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 ma. Can we no, you can read my mare face. I don't know.
Pony face.
Maybe.
Mare.
Oh no! Look what you've done. Now the chat is just mares.
Pony face. Okay, here's the zip. Anyways, even though I specifically named the folder TF Mares, I guess it just decided to.
It will give you a different name when you upload it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But yeah, feel free to have a listen. But yeah, the Rare Spy did particularly well.
Right, I've installed 3.10, but it still thinks I have 3.11. I didn't uninstall 3.11. Is there a way for me to tell it where 3.10 is? I mean, surely it's in the same places. Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't know. Yeah, so I have Python 3.10 here. I definitely have it. Okay, so maybe in that case then. If I change that, if I edit it. Now does it work? No, it's still so I've specified where 3.10 is, but in the thing, in the batch file, where it says in that, but it's still saying it's all of this in the chat. Okay, let's remove the problem entirely. I will uninstall Python 3.11. That way 3.10 is the only Python it can have. Uninstall.
I just realised that was muted. So it requires 3.10, does it?
It requires 3.10. I've installed 3.10. It's still trying to use 3.11, even after I specify the file directory in the batch file. So in order to try and force it, I'm just uninstalling 3.11 now. It doesn't go, basically, because fuck Python, and fuck coding, and fuck computers, and fuck AI, and fuck everything.
Yep, I agree. But that's where the AI mares live. Do it for the mares.
Okay, give me what's happened so far.
So I managed to get the thing to run, but it needs Python 3.10 instead of 3.11. So I've downloaded Python 3.10, and then I tried to run it, but it refuses to use Python 3.10. It defaults to 3.11 even after I specify in the file directory where it's supposed to be looking for Python 3.10. So now I'm currently uninstalling Python 3.11, so Python 3.10 is the only one that it can possibly use. And then we'll see what other fucking stupid errors it throws after I've done that. Right, that's done. Okay, web UI user, what's your excuse this time? Okay, it's running. What? No, fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. You still think I have 3.11? I do not. Fucking uninstalled the thing. Wait. Is this where it's looking for Python? What?
Did you close the command line down before running again?
Env script. Oh. What the fuck? Okay. So, I think I found the problem. And I'm really fucking pissed off about it. So, incompatible Python version. Okay, it's trying to use 3.11. The reason it's trying to use 3.11 is because this is actually where it's trying to find Python. And that is within the actual code thing that I downloaded. in here,
Mhm.
scripts, Python. Python 3.11. So they've given me Python 3.11, knowing that I'm supposed to be using Python 3.10.
Huh.
Fuck you. So what do I do about this then?
Would you just need to change the script? Also, where does it say that you need 310 for it?
Incompatible Python version. In big old caps. This program is tested with 3.10, but you have 3.11. But it's saying if you encounter an error, so it's not. It doesn't seem to be saying that I absolutely must be using it. But then when I just press any key to continue, nothing happens. It just closes. It's giving me the impression that Python 3.11 isn't actually essential. But for some reason it just refuses to progress any further. Right. So, is there anything else?
Did you try to click the other web user thing? Because there should be like two. One is window batch and one is shell script. Like if you try to run the other one, if it's gonna change anything.
No, it didn't do anything.
Normally the batch one is, or shell is normally one you want to run, just because normally the batches run a sequence of things. It's a lot more convenient.
Right. It couldn't find a PyTorch version that works with 3.11, so it stopped.
Yeah.
So it absolutely does
also often
need... Right. Let's do what it asks then. Let's download Python here, and then I guess stick it in the file here. I'm still pissed that they've given me the wrong thing, but...
normally things like
I
that
have an
should
idea.
download on its own.
One second, I have an idea. What if you go to that v environment Python and you just change the name of it, then create a shortcut that goes directly to the Python 10 that you have?
It's looking for python.exe though.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is rename this to like anything else, to some other name, then create like a direct shortcut to the Python exe. That's the one you did install.
But it would be looking for it's looking for an exe file, not a shortcut.
Yes.
But does that matter?
I think it should still be able to use it as long as it's the same name, as long as it's named like Python.
Okay.
I mean, at least that's the logic I think that should work with. Yes, and now rename the original one to like anything else. Yes, amazing. And then that old Python that you make a shortcut to just Python with like nothing else. So it looks like exactly like the one on the left. Yeah.
So, but the question I'm asking is it's going to be a shortcut now instead of actual exe thing, and I'm wondering if that's going to break it.
I mean, you can give it a try. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What about right-clicking editing the batch file? Does that tells you about like where to look for the Python?
I have no idea if you can do this for me. Right. Wait. That the Python has come back. It must have created a new one when I executed the script again.
Yeah, normally there's an auto installer. Yeah, like Cookie said, it basically downloads it for you if it's like missing or something.
Yes, it's an auto installer. So it's auto installing the wrong thing.
Could you change the requirements in that case?
I
Do you
don't
have
know.
like requirements for text?
Yeah, requirements txt.
Yeah, if you go into requirements txt, they should tell you the a version of Python.
Python. It's not in alphabetical order. That's annoying. Python. Doesn't say Python. Only Python dependencies. It won't help you. So no.
So what are you using to this is in reference to Stinky Pinky. So what are you using to color it in terms of Inkscape? Are you using just like the bottom colors or something, or are you actually changing the fill? Let me just open up Inkscape real quick so I can follow along. So with fill and stroke, there should be a fill and a stroke paint option as well as stroke style. And if you don't have that dialog box, it should be in Object, Fill and Stroke, or you can press Shift Control F as the shortcut for it. Then you should be able to do things like change the thickness and change the color as well.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not an option, I don't know how you why it doesn't show an option for thing. No, you don't. You want to avoid the bottom colors that those aren't useful. You want to use the fill and stroke dialog because you can specify an exact color. Also, how thick the lines are and various other things.
Oh, Clipper, do you have like normal Python or do you have like Cobra? Not Cobra. What's the name?
It's just Python.
Anaconda.
It's Python. Right. Is there anything in here that tells it which Python to get? Because if I can change that to root to the Python that it actually needs. Control F Python doesn't work. You already looked, so I'll presume not then. So am I just fucked here? What am I supposed to do? I mean, how do you guys get it to run? Because you can generate stable diffusion images.
You run it with custom environment.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, never mind then.
Anaconda, because it's just easier. It's just easier than like having like installed that way.
So if you added a color palette to the bottom of Inkscape, you can right-click the color and choose Set to Fill or Set to Stroke.
Clipper,
That's the way you can
I
do
think
it.
what you
Otherwise,
can do,
I don't know how.
I can share you my installation process. Like, open your Python terminal, like how you the normal one. 1 second, I will just need to find my code.
I can't open Python because I uninstalled it. I am a millimeter away from just flipping the desk, turning the stream off, and going to bed at this point. Right. Should I reinstall Python 3.11? To put it in the terminal?
Python at all, or do you?
Yeah, so I had 3.11. I then tried to install 3.10 for this, but then that was before we worked out that it's installing the wrong version itself. So I now have Python 3.10.
Oh, okay, just open that one.
So I'll just open that. Where is it? Whenever I type Python to search for it, it's always looking for 311. It's not what I need. Python 310, right. Okay.
Can you run this command? Pip install numpy.
Okay.
And once again, I have some other stuff that
Invalid syntax.
Huh? What?
Invalid syntax.
It shouldn't be. Why? Cookie, help, please. I don't get this one. One second, maybe try this.
What's this you've got? Okay, you've just made a thing for me. Okay. That's nice, but I do still need to do it myself at some point. It doesn't like the pip.
How? Why?
I just realized I was muted. I think you need to do an exclamation point beforehand. Because that's how it works on Collab. It might work the same here.
It's
although...
specifically pointing to the exclamation saying invalid.
Not in the terminal. Terminal should just accept it as it is.
Install Git. Probably. What do I need Git for?
Git is what it needs to install packages in order to. It basically grabs things from GitHub and then installs it, as far as I'm aware. So it grabs all the things you need to run all the other things. So it's a pretty important dependency.
But he doesn't even have pip. So how's that gonna work? Like, how can you have?
I think Git would install pip or something.
One second, I have another idea. 1 second. Basically, this tells like it's specifically what you want to use the module of pip with this code.
Yes, I installed Python on part. And still doesn't like pip. What would I search to check that I've got Git? How do I verify that I have Git? Whatever that's supposed to be. That thing. No. Okay. Can we not? Yeah, I think we cannot.
Okay, so apparently, I think you are you able to type in Python instead of Pi? Because for some reason it's not recognizing Pi as a function.
Can we not do anything with Python? Right.
Yeah.
What's the command? It feels like 100 monkeys on top. Yep. So I'm going to try this last thing, and if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to flip the desk and try again tomorrow. That's probably correct, Cookie. I mean, I've got no fucking clue what I'm doing. Alright, Hazy, what was the thing you wanted me to run? You just
It
paste
was earlier. There was instead of py for thing, try saying it with Python instead, because it may not recognize py as the command, but it may recognize Python instead.
So is it this one? M ensure pip upgrade?
I believe so.
Ensure pip is now the problem. Alright, fuck this. I'm done. Right. So tomorrow morning, what? Second.
I think I know what's going on. It's wait, so you're opening a Python dialog and then running it?
Yeah, I opened the Python terminal.
Oh, you're
Like
not
you've been
doing it
asking.
through command. If you just
So
do it through
wait, so I should be doing it on command prompt and not through the terminal?
I think so.
Right, so when Gothic told me to do it through the terminal earlier, that was wrong.
That's how I do it on my stuff, but then again, I use custom environments, so I don't know how is that gonna work differently.
Another thing that may be noted is that you might need to use PowerShell. What's it called?
Yeah, it's called PowerShell.
Yeah,
but
because apparently that's has more functions and is able to do a thing that the standard one can't for some things. So it might be better to use that.
All right, well maybe I'll do that later.
Yeah,
I'm done with it.
I
In fact,
I can understand that.
sometime tomorrow, actually, I might just call Cookie Tech Support and see if I could just get them to do it for me. That's probably the easiest at this point.
When I get it sorted, although it'll be a different hurdle for me because I'll be doing it on Linux, but in some ways it's easier for me because I can just do sudo apt to install stuff I need or
right. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now and go to bed. You can keep working if you like, but Python and coding has broken me.
Yeah,
like, it has done what is almost impossible, and it has reached the end of my patience. Thank you for another incredible day. If this is incredible, then is this like your evening's entertainment or something? I suppose listening to me swearing at Python might be mildly entertaining, but
I mean, being annoyed at the Python was only the last half hour or so. So
this is your only social interaction this year. I might gently suggest that maybe you should have some more social interaction than just this, but
but at the very least, I'm glad we could accommodate, I suppose.
Alright. Gothic, you're away next week, but Hazy, if I remember rightly, you don't care about days or anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty much all good. It's just I need to be reminded as to when the next one is, otherwise I'll likely forget.
Okay. So how about we just make it how about we just make it standardized and just do Tuesday and Friday every week, as we've done this week.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
Not for you next week though, you're away.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right.
That'll actually be good because that means I can log it in my Google Calendar. So
okay.
I'll actually have a little bloopy that can say, "Hey, thing, do."
Alrighty.
Alright, now to find an appropriate dancing Pinkie Pie to add to London Underground. I wonder what kind of expression she should have during that.
Probably not a happy one because she's on the London Underground.
Right, that seems like a good expression, but it's way too whimdy. But yeah, I agree, it needs to be. The only problem is that a lot of Pinkie's expressions are mostly happy, so it's going to be hard to find a grumpy Pinkie.
So...
Although I could still have her smiling just to have it like ironic that she's singing happily about a song that's about her being frustrated. Okay, that one's pretty good.
Alright. I'm clicking the end button now.
Okay, I see. Ah, cranky. Who's her fault?